So I just want to make a little video about circle track, front wheel drive. There's not a lot of videos out there. So I have a K24 in here, RBB3. I have a TSX, JDM, came all that. I had an open diff in here. There's the old transmission. That transmission is actually built down to 4-speed with a 4.7 final, because this one just wasn't working for me. But the kit I got that transmission off of had a welded diff in it, right? This is an open diff. It was fun to drive. It was good. I didn't notice any huge difference besides that welded diff drives like hell off the corner. So nice, but you cannot turn that thing. Trying to get through the corner, you are wrestling. So I'm thinking I'm going to keep all the gears in that one, the 4-speed with the 4.7 final. I believe this was a 4.2. It just wasn't enough. So I'm going to pull this out and put the open diff back in that transmission with the 4.7 final on it. This thing is a brand new steering rack, and welded differential destroys everything in that car. You can't turn it. My brand new axles, swap axles I paid $500 for, are probably not going to last much longer if I keep that differential in there. This rack is smoked. And this, I had to back this thing. So like when they come, they're all the way in there. There's a little spring in there. And this thing was all nice and tight. This thing was up in there, came stock like that. Everything worked great, right? We'll just put it back to where it was so you guys can see. But just to have this thing being able to turn, I had to take this thing all the way out just so this rack would move. And it sounds like hell trying to do it. Right now I tightened it back up. You can't even push that in. You can't. Right? So I came over here and I took this thing all the way out. Took it all the way the fuck out. And the looser you get it, it will turn. But you will have a ton of slop in your steering wheel because this is so loose. I'll take it all the way out just so you can see like what it really should be. There's a little spring. That's all it is. Applies pressure on the plate. Now when you go to do it, it works great. As you can see that moves as you move. And there's a bunch of play in there. But it turns great. But as soon as you put this spring and this plate back on here, and you can give it a couple turns just so it catches some threads. Believe me, I'm no rack expert, but this thing was turning fine when I put it in the car. Now, it will not move. And it was, I'll see if I can move it this way. You cannot move that thing. So, welded diff, destroyed. As you can tell, this thing's brand new. I replaced it with poly bushings just because it smoked my first ones, because you got to turn that thing so hard. But that's my video for today. Welded diff will destroy all of your stuff. And as you can tell, this car is brand new, every single part. And this is a 91 EF made into a circle track car, oval, whatever you want to call it. Steering quickener, because I didn't know what was going on with the steering, so I helped that. No power steering, so I thought that would help me out a little bit. Yeah, this is the car. We run massive Hoosiers. I think they're like, I don't even know what they are wide. They're more than 8. They look probably close to 12 inches wide. And they're just hard to turn. So, it's where I'm at. you want to take any advice from me, do not weld your diff. Even if you're doing track stuff, you're going to blow your axles out, you know, quarter mile, whatever you want to do. You are going to blow your axles out. If you do autocross, circle track, you're not going to want to weld your diff either. It's honestly, it's not worth it for what you get out of the welded diff versus drivability and braking stuff. It's not worth it. So there's my spiel for today.